William Morrow and Harper Audio present It's Hot in the Hamptons, a novel, by Holly Peterson, performed by Devon Sorvari. Part 1. Summer Breeze. Chapter 1. A New Ghost in Town? Thursday before Memorial Day weekend, Sag Harbor Village. As Caroline faced a bright blue sky, the heat dispersed the city's stress that clung like a relentless hangover to her body. Her father had taught her to appreciate this familiar Hampton sun. Closing her eyes, feeling its warmth penetrate her skin, she knew it would turn bright orange in summer and dim to bluish purple with the coolness of fall. The scent of fried clams sizzling at the dockhouse floated toward her in the breeze. On Sunday mornings after church, Caroline's father used to take her here to Sag Harbor's Long Wharf Pier. They'd buy 2 plates of the seafood special and sit on this exact bench, agreeing not to tell Mom they'd eaten before lunch. It was now 11 in the morning, and her empty stomach sent a hunger pang up to her brain. The doors of the dockhouse had just opened, revealing a bubbling, clawfoot bathtub filled with meandering lobsters. Caroline stood, unable to resist. 10 minutes later, back on the bench, she dipped a steaming fried clam into too much tartar sauce, which she had pumped into one of 3 little plastic pots, and crunched on it whole. She studied the boats starting to populate the marina. Even on the water, the traffic was beginning to get clogged. Around her on Long Wharf, the echoes of seagulls trumpeted the season she ached for all year. For 3 solid summer months to come, she'd bite into sturdy and sweet tomatoes like apples, dig bountiful clams out of the bays, and allow the cooling salve of the Atlantic to splash over her body. She'd arrived early to meet her friend Annabelle, wanting time to savor the last 24 hours of human civility before the unhinged New Yorkers were let out of their pens. The onslaught of those people en masse coming to the Hamptons for the holiday weekend would make moving around her hometown a stressful exercise. They'd sneak into her parking spots just as she was backing in, and honk at her when she didn't slam the accelerator the millisecond the red light turned to green. Caroline had grown up in East Hampton, and reluctantly moved to Manhattan the day after she'd tied the knot with Eddie on the back lawn of his father's Elks Club lodge in Southampton. Eddie promised they'd move back home when they were ready to have kids. At the time, Caroline felt reassured her children would fill their growing lungs with the same salty Atlantic mist that had stuck to the windows of her family's small home on Bluff Road. Only it didn't work out that way. On either side of the pier, several gargantuan yachts with fabric-covered navy bumpers were tied up to cleats. In anticipation of their .001%er owners who would board the next day, deckhands struggled as they loaded bulky cases of pink Moet de Chandon and Domaine Haute rosé onto the gangplanks. By late August the previous summer, the New York papers were lamenting the shortage of the most exclusive brands of rosé in liquor stores on the eastern end of Long Island. No fridge on these yachts would dare chill the Montauk brewed beer that Caroline grew up drinking. Caroline huffed out as she pondered the whole urban lot of summer people, whining about their drought of pink drinks. Looking out at the horizon, Caroline thought she recognized a profile on a small boat. A man was motoring 100 yards out in a beat-up Boston whaler near the mouth of the harbor.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?